The City of Fort Collins West Nile virus program really got its start in 2003. So we've been at this for 20 years now. And each year we've been making improvements. But the real core of our program was developed through experts at CSU and at the Centers for Disease Control. We're very fortunate to have those institutions here in our community.
Yep, the juice.
We trap mosquitoes weekly, and we take them to a lab and we determine the species of those mosquitoes. Only 2 species in this area carry West Nile virus, and the other 8 do not. And then so we take them from that lab, just those 2 species, and then we take them actually to another lab and test them for West Nile virus DNA. And so that's how we're able to, across the whole city, we run a 53 trap system, and we can tie the intensity of West Nile virus to those geographic locations. Each week, we are constantly looking for, identifying, and assessing mosquito breeding areas like this where you have like shallow water that would come up and down. And when we see mosquito larvae in those areas, we treat it on the larval side. What gets talked about a lot is the mosquito spraying. So as a community, we are accepting a little bit of risk, and that's how we balance the impacts, because we don't like to go out and spray necessarily. That's not really what we're looking to do, but sometimes conditions get such that that's what's called for. When we get to the point of spraying adult mosquitoes and we're using trucks to drive through neighborhoods, that's really the last ditch effort to mitigate West Nile virus. You know, all these ongoing things have helped, but they didn't keep us at a point where that risk is insignificant. A lot of West Nile virus protection is stuff that you as an individual can do. Wearing long pants, long sleeves, wearing repellent, avoiding those times like dawn and dusk where mosquitoes are really active, and just being really aware of that. Our program from the start was a really high-functioning, data-driven, high-level program, and it has come through that 20 years of constant improvement, working with CSU and CDC and the Larimer County Health Department.
Hi, my name is Annie Hill. I am the Sergeant of the Homeless Outreach and Proactive Engagement Team with Fort Collins Police Services. This is a new team that we started when we started identifying that there was an overarching amount of homeless-related issues that were being addressed within the police department, and we wanted to have a unit specialized in homelessness to come up with long-term problem-solving solutions for the entire community, the entire city of Fort Collins.
I'm Officer William Kilcoyne with the Fort Collins Police Department's Homeless Outreach and Proactive Engagement Team. A large part of our mission is to keep our natural areas clean. We go out every Thursday with a professional cleaning crew, and we clean up hundreds of pounds of debris and also sharps from our natural areas to include our waterways.
So our mission as a police department is safety and service for all, and we want to optimize the quality of life for all residents of the city. We have a focus right now, our team does, on the unhoused, but we are really providing a service to everybody in the community who is in some way affected by homelessness, and we want to get people connected to the proper entity that can really help move the needle with homelessness within the city of Fort Collins.
We do that by partnering with our nonprofits and our other city organizations where we provide services to our homeless while also creating that balance in our community.
We often get asked how people can access the HOPE team. So one way to do it is if you identify a call for service or a call within the community and you think it'd be appropriate for the Homeless Outreach and Proactive Engagement team to respond to, you can request the HOPE team through dispatch. If you want to report a non-emergent homeless-related issue, such as an encampment or a person who's in need of resources, you can do that through Access Fort Collins, which is a mobile application. You also can reach out to Outreach Fort Collins, or you can email us at hope@fcgov.com.
My name is Bernadette Felix, and I'm a probation officer with Fort Collins Municipal Court. And one of the things that I do is coordinate the Restorative Traffic Circle program, which is a program for young people ages 20 and under who have committed serious traffic offenses, which is violations of 5 or more points on their citation. And then they come to court, and city prosecutors would offer them this program.
I got my driver's license. I was driving my 1985 GMC pickup.
It's called Restorative Traffic Circles, and it's based on restorative justice principles, taking accountability for one's actions, as well as then having an opportunity to restore themselves, restore their families, restore their communities, and that's what we aim to do in the RTC program.
Since my time here at Traffic Circles program, I've definitely learned right from wrong. When you're in the heat of the moment, you don't realize the potential outcomes that can come from that. I would have never imagined driving that fast if I had even barely hit someone. Like, I definitely could have taken somebody's life that day, and it's just something you don't think about while you're in that moment. And it's something that goes through my head every day while I drive, and it's also just gives me reassurance to drive safer.
So a good example of the family involvement, parent involvement, is McKenna and her mother, Trish. McKenna was 17 when she came into the program, so her mom was with her at court and with her at the intake. And then McKenna turned 18, so she came to the 3-hour session on her own and to her completion. But I did talk with her mom several times throughout that process, and her mom was very supportive, and it really helped their relationship grow and develop.
What have you done differently since then, as far as with your lifestyle choices?
I've made different friend choices, for one. I'm not hanging around the same people. I don't speed. I'm just smarter. I check my mirrors more often. I just make smarter decisions while I'm driving. Less distractions, keep my music turned down. Things that should be factors of just something you're aware of, being more aware of people around me too.
Sure, very appreciated. So,
I love you, Mama.
I love you, baby girl.
The message that I would tell young people and their families would be to look at restorative traffic circles as an opportunity for families to get closer and have deeper discussions about the dangers of careless, reckless driving, speeding, things like that. It's something that has taken some time to develop, and there's a lot of involvement with all of the parties, but it's very beneficial for our young people and for our communities. We want to have safer streets, safer roads, and I believe it's well worth the effort.